If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn it off with the other also. Unless they're a Republican. You can feel free to punch them in the face. Let the children come unto me, and do not hinder them, unless they might be born into poverty, or they might be an inconvenience to your party lifestyle. In that case, feel free to murder them. Haven't you read that in the beginning, God created them male and female, and genderqueer, femboy, trans man, trans woman, two-spirit.
Boy, the Babylon Bee has gone and did it this time. This video is going to make the progressive Christians really angry. They made a video of a woke Jesus.
If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn it off with the other also. Unless they're a Republican. Then you can feel free to punch them in the face. Let the children come unto me, and do not hinder them, unless they might be born into poverty, or they might be an inconvenience to your party lifestyle. In that case, feel free to murder them. Haven't you read that in the beginning, God created them male and female, and genderqueer, femboy, trans man, trans woman, two-spirit. You have helped.
Doesn't this sound like some of the arguments that are made by these progressive liberal Christians in their pulpits? How it's okay to abort a baby if the baby is an inconvenience or will be born into poverty. Oh, that is so noble of you to abort your child because you don't want your child to be brought up in poverty. You don't want to cramp your party lifestyle, right? Wow, that's pretty spot on so far.
That it was said, hate your enemies. But I say to you, this is correct. And here's a handy little chart to help you understand who your enemy is, based on Marxist intersectionality theory.
That is so true. See, you have to understand this religion of wokeness. There is no room for tolerance of people that have dissenting opinions, because that is a religion. The religion of wokeness, the religion of Marxism is really critical theory. So this whole religion, this secular humanistic religion that people want to keep the principles of Christianity without Christ, this Christless Christianity that people want to proclaim, which is really progressive Christianity. What they are pushing is Marxist form of Christianity, which is not really Christianity. It's another gospel, just like Paul referenced. And there are different levels of intersectionality. If you are black and queer, you are at the top of the pyramid. Nothing can be done. And if you're a black woman and queer, nothing can be done to you. You can't be touched.
As the Lord was setting out on a journey, a certain young man approached him.
Oh, my Lord, what must I do to be saved? Be less white.
But the man went away sad.
But see, he can't be less white. That's so true. In this secular humanistic woke religion, being white is the unpardonable sin. If you were born white, you're just relegated to being labeled as evil, as a colonizer, as the devil. There's nothing you can do. There's no repentance for you. There's no salvation. There's no deliverance from your whiteness. And so what you have to do is you have to give penance. You have to bow your knee. You have to genuflect to all people of color because you were born white. Just how back in the Greek and Roman times, if you were born dark skinned, you were labeled as a slave, that the gods cursed you to be a slave for your life in the caste system. Well, in the secular humanistic, in the woke religion, like I said, if you're born white, you are the lower class. And if you're born a white male, see, if you're born a white male, you are at the bottom of the class. There is no hope for you. You are relegated to be our whipping boy for your entire life. And then right above that is if you're a black conservative. If you're a black conservative, we're going to beat you too, because you should not be a conservative and be black. Don't you know you have a box that we've pre-designed for you to live in, black man? And that box is either underground in a casket, when we'll celebrate you if you've been shot by somebody of the opposite race that's a police officer, or if your box contains a lot of sugar. And for those of you who know, you know what I'm saying.
It's very white.
My lord, if you had been here, my brother Lazarus would not have died.
Do not be afraid. For Lazarus will live again through this mail-in ballot. Gender, non-binary, demi-boy.
I've never heard of demi-boy. I know in New York State, in New York City, they have like 100 or so genders. I never heard of demi-boy.
Omnigender, pangender, xenogender. Someone who identifies as a large ornate building. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except by reducing their carbon footprint and getting vaccinated 12 times. Like me.
That's hilarious.
Cancel your enemies. Curse those who bless you. And burn down the whole country if you don't get your way. Tater tot, Jen.
They had that brother right next to him saying, yeah, that's right. And they had the white man to burn it down, Antifa.
Ghost boy, tri-spirit, weather gender, transfemme, polyfluid, doll.
Somebody let me know, are these real genders? I mean, I've heard of some of them, but some of these I've never heard of before.
Fin man, yodel boy, Goomba sexual.
It's a miracle. Jesus has multiplied the fish and the loaves.
Oh no, my son. I've merely stolen it from that village over there. It's called wealth redistribution. Pretty sweet, huh?
Remember when Obama said we're going to redistribute the wealth, make it more equitable? Remember when Obama said that? Going to fundamentally transform America? Well, that's what you have. You have that going on right now.
Nice. Would you like to be healed, my son?
Yes, of course, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you.
Then fear not. For I have supported a new healthcare bill that will force you to buy insurance. Because I am a good person. By this, they will know that you are my disciples. If you have one of these yard signs, or you wear a Ukraine pin, or put one of these human rights campaign stickers on your camera. Here, take one. Super sticky.
I bet some people have all three. They possess that sign. That sign is their virtue signal that they are down for the cause, that they are a good person. And then you have some with the Ukraine flag, and then you have the human rights campaign.
The poor will always have me. This is because of capitalism. Eat the rich. 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 Infiniqueer. Barista queer. Cocaine bear gender. Marvel sexual. Hyperqueer. Hedgehog brony. And last but not least, bi-curious demi-gokin.
What about Shrek gendered?
Oh, yes. Shrek gendered too, yeah. Whatever you guys want. Make them all up. It's fine.
That was hilarious, but unfortunately, it is so true. The progressives want everyone to think that if Jesus was here on the earth in his physical form, he would walk around and say those kind of things. The same thing that the social justice pastors, the black liberation pastors would say the exact same thing, that Jesus would walk around saying those things. That is sad. That is anti-biblical. That is anti-Christian. I'm glad to see the Babylon Bee has put a humorous spin on what the progressive ideology, the woke religion, is like. They want to make all of us victims. Victim of their ideology. Victim of their lack of tolerance. But we're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.